arrived in the United States 3 months ago, more or less. I came here with a Fulbright scholarship. I grew up in San Jose, which is the capital city of Costa Rica. Costa Rica is located between Nicaragua and Panama in Central America. I grew up in an urban area, but Costa Rica is really small and really rural outside of the city. So I used to go outside of the city almost every weekend with my family. And I know almost all my country because since it's so small, you travel a lot. Costa Rica is a really interesting country because it's everything around nature and about nature conservation. Our country has more than 25% of its territory as national parks or natural conservation reserves. We have a really strong environmental movement that started around in the 60s, that people were gathering and saying, we want this beach, we want this mountain to be a national park, and demanded to the Congress. It's not coincidence. Like, we have really strong groups that defend nature, and they taught you that since you were young. We are really familiar. We live at our parents' house until we're old, or just around them, and always cook together, celebrate holidays together. So that's different from the States, that people usually families live in different states. We all live in our same neighborhood, and our whole life we spend it together, either in the same house or in the same block, but we try not to separate. It's a really familiar culture. In Costa Rica, it's really used that when you meet someone for the first time, you will hug him or her and kiss him or her. So people always go around hugging and kissing themselves. And when I arrived in America, that's the first thing I felt. Like, people are really distant, especially if they don't know each other well. And I guess it's because in Costa Rica it's such a small country that, like, all families are related, or if you know someone because you had a friend in common or a family member in common, so it's like a big family. I always lived at the capital city, but I was really lucky because I had a good job at the university that consisted in doing environmental education campaigns around the country. So for the last 4 years, I almost travel each weekend outside of the city. My job consisted most of all in documenting this process. So I did videos and take pictures and wrote about the process that the university was doing, along with communities, to help them develop in an alternative way. So after the 2 years I spent here, I have to go back, and I am planning to teach at a university level and also keep working and doing films with communities that face social and environmental issues, and for giving these people a voice, because mostly of communities and rural people's stories are ignored. I wish that with my job, like filming and documenting the lives of these people, we can preserve in time and support the local traditions and the way coastal and indigenous communities live.